Hi Cancer, welcome to your mid-November reading. This is going to be for the second half, obviously, of November for Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Whoever feels called to watch this video, obviously cross watchers, use discernment. Very, very beautiful cards. So this is just going to be kind of a general overview of the energy. Obviously, if you want something specific answered for you, I'm happy to do a personal reading, and I'll leave my information and rates below. Okay, let's get started. There's this overtone in this reading where there's an energy kind of being called to decide to step into your power, I guess I want to say. Not that there's ever been, that it's never not been there, but I feel like when I'm looking at these cards, to me, it feels like an end of the overthinking. So if you've been taking a lot of classes or if you've done a lot of training, it feels like somebody overcoming the mental limitations and kind of stepping into a new way of being that looking at these cards, it brings a lot of happiness and harmony to your life. Also financial stability. I'm looking at this reading and looking at I'm being drawn to the Empress, which is, it's that divine feminine energy, which is about receiving. The outcome being the Emperor, divine masculine, it's about doing. It's about action, I'm feeling when I'm looking at this. And right below it is that Devil energy. It's been this time of holding back. And I don't know what this is, but the center of the reading is this. You can't see it, Nine of Swords. It's the energy of overthinking, being a little bit too in the mind, and it's asking you, it's calling you on an just as an energy to kind of come into this harmonious alignment between the two. I could also read this definitely as a love reading for those of you that are looking for partnership. I feel like this has been a time of deep contemplation. But again, similar energy where it's kind of like deciding that I'm ready, deciding that it's an appropriate time for me to open up. And with this comes a level of faith and trust, but also wisdom within that. The Empress and the Emperor, these are, divine counterparts. The King of Wands, though, it's about taking action, knowing what you want. And again, because that Nine of Swords is right in there in the center, it's not about overthinking. It's about stepping into that heart space. Queen of Cups with that Nine of Cups. To me, this is kind of an alignment that's happening for you into your truth. And again, with this Page of Cups being the overarching theme, it's saying take even baby steps and action in the direction that you want to go. And this is talking about the space of the heart, the dimension of the heart. What lies there? What is your truth there? I'm seeing it again when I'm looking at, I always pull some angel cards. They kind of let me know the weather, and they're right up here. And yours are trust that all will work out well, where your angels are here to protect you, to nurture and protect you. Trust in the healing power of our love. We love you more than you will ever know. And the Wisdom card, again, feels like there's been a lot of work, and it's showing up with, again, the Empress and the Emperor. These are very, very wise cards. They only come in. This is a lot of trial and error and experience. And it's almost like the opposite of what we think. It's kind of like an undoing of what we know and kind of just coming into our center. This is a kind of like an enlightenment, I feel, turning point for a lot of people, where it's breaking these chains of the devil. And with this Archangel Michael card, whenever I think Archangel Michael, it's not necessarily a pleasant energy in my experience. It feels more harsh, like a cutting through of what is my absolute truth. And through this, there's layers that kind of unfold from this onion and kind of getting to that center, which again is the heart. There becomes this shift that I'm seeing. It's very clear here. Walking away, this is what your subconscious, for me, in the way I do readings, this is my position of the subconscious higher self. It's wanting to let you know to walk away from anything that feels like an energetic misalignment. This is the energy of feeling like I'm taken from. So what takes from you? Sometimes it's work, sometimes it's interpersonal relationships, and it's not about kind of closing doors. I'll never speak to you again, but it's just kind of stepping back and not engaging in that duality for the time being. I feel like for your own mental well-being, and I'm saying this because I don't feel like it's, how do I phrase this? I guess it's different for every individual experience. I'm not going to say that you can't kind of close that door. I don't know the extreme nature of whatever it is that needs to kind of be transcended here. But I feel like it is important to understand the nature of duality, and through people, through different heavy experiences, to me there's something to be thankful for here. One of my teachers always said to me, thank the people that came into your life and taught you the hard lessons. Thank them double, thank them triple. These are people that contribute to your growth exponentially. And sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow, but it's also very empowering because it helps you kind of take control. Again, step into that power. It's not about control, wrong word. I feel like there is, and I've been feeling this for a lot of people, kind of this stepping into yourself. And it feels like it's kind of been this pressure cooker of a lot of compounding experiences and situations and external factors to kind of make this essentially, it's like a diamond would be the metaphor, right? That pressure. And on the end of that, it feels like there's this beautiful sense of just kind of coming into your own truth, and it feels like peace, harmony. And that's again, the energy that is crossing the 9 of Swords is harmony. So there's disharmony, and we're getting to harmony this month. Stability inside. Then this reflects externally. It's not when things all work out, then I'll be at peace. No, I'm going to decide to just be at peace. See what beautiful things unfold from there. And it feels like willing to take responsibility, essentially. It's beautiful. I want to kind of clarify this one. Okay. Let's clarify this guy. Hierophant. I'm seeing, I mean, even if you're already in this relationship, it's transcending to a deeper level of, yes, commitment, but understanding. This is a very spiritual card. When I think of the Hierophant, I think of the person that is able to hold the space, to be able to connect to that divine consciousness, and then be able to, it's not like being a preacher and, convincing people. It's just by showing who you are in this state, by example, by taking the action, by having the strength to do this. And this is kind of doing your part to, again, what I feel like we're all kind of here for is raising that consciousness by coming together in this sacred union for those of you that are single, and having the strength and daring to say yes and not being afraid, being able to express yourself. This is what I want. I'm full on my own, but I'm wanting this Two of Cups, this connection. I'm ready. There's no better time than right now It's not waiting for when you're healed. That is, I just don't feel like that's the way to go about it. Obviously, if there's some major underlying issues that you're addressing with yourself, I mean, I'm seeing that happen. That's in the here and now, but moving forward, it's calling you to recognize yourself. Recognize all the work that you've done, the soul evolution. But the here and now is the most powerful place to be, centered, with your heart open, your intentions clear. What's this Two of Cups about for Cancer? What's this Two of Cups about? Again, paired with the Emperor, if you're wanting a relationship, take action. Two of Swords, yeah, because I'm seeing that, like there's been a hesitant energy surrounding the coming together. It's, again, up in the mind. Two of Cups. With the Moon here, it's like, oh, I don't know. Is it the right time? Will they like me back? Will this come together? There has to be this equal receiving and giving of energy. And I know there's lots of cultural, I don't want to say, kind of rules that we tend to live by. And part of me absolutely thinks some of them are valid, but if you are just waiting to receive and not doing anything, and I'm not saying, again, if you're not feeling comfortable full on approaching somebody, but at least, and this is like a metaphor that I get a lot, it's kind of silly, but I kind of see this vision of, it's like 1800s, like a woman in her petticoat walking down the street. And she walks in front of this guy, and she kind of drops her hanky, like gives a hint and gives him the ability to take action. It's kind of, I'm trying to say this in a nice way, and not encouraging being manipulative, but kind of opening that door, because I'm seeing like small actions here. Do you know what I mean? Because when I tap into the Cancer energy, there's so much depth of emotion. There's so much love that you guys have to give that we need in this world right now. So much harmony. And this can be even talking about your family, your kids, if you're already in a relationship. Like, there's so much here needed. As you become yourself, you increase that ability to give. Don't be afraid of it. We're here to, I feel like, break these cycles of confinement when it comes to love. I mean, this is the ascension process from into the fifth dimension, in my experience, which is the dimension of love. So whatever way you can express that more, we need more of that. And this is kind of clarifying it for me. Like, don't get caught here. This is a card of confusion, and it's almost like doubting yourself. This is definitely a misalignment in the mind. It's necessary. I don't want to kind of negate this card, because it's beautiful. It's a card about thinking, but don't stay here too long. Follow the heart. Right here, she has it kind of crossed. And I think, our energy does say everything. So if you find yourself even with your arms crossed all the time, legs crossed, think about the energy that you're giving off. Undo those legs, open the hands. It reminds me of, I don't know if anybody does like yoga here, like the position of Savasana, where you just open your palms. It's a time of receiving. That's what I'm feeling in this reading. But there's also this countering it with giving. To create harmony. I mean, it's here to create a healing within whatever aspect you've come to this reading for. This is a time, I feel like, to really live your life, to be alive, to take risks, to have no regrets. It's a revolution right now to meditate, to be at peace. There's so much, and before I was going to do this reading, I was like, gosh, it's like energetic soup trying to do readings at this point in time. Like, I really, really have to kind of get centered before I do a reading, because gosh, is everything kind of, no matter which way you look, you're affected by it. This is a revolution to follow the heart, to offer this kindness, whether it's just to a loved one here or to friends, to family. We need more of this coming together. And I did pull one card here for you guys from the Starseed Oracle that I'd like to read. And it's the card of Called. It says, soul gifts and trainings, it's time to step up. I actually felt this before I did this, right before I did this reading. Usually I live in Peru, as you guys know, but I'm in Mexico at the moment, and I have services to offer, but I've kind of been holding back. And I actually felt called to offer them, see if anybody was interested, just because I want to play my part. I want to be a part of, the navigation back to the heart, really. Okay, let's read this. Soul gifts and training. It's time to step up. You came to this earth with a double mission, to grow as a soul and to bring about a shift in consciousness. The best way to fulfill these personal and collective purposes is to trust what it is that your soul is calling you towards, for it's encoded within the most direct path forward. Your soul has many unique gifts that it came here to share. Some you may already be aware of, others you're just beginning to uncover. You're being called to remember that your soul intelligently chose the perfect conditions to carry out your soul's mission and share your soul's gift. If you're being called towards a creative project, a passion, or an adventure, this card is your confirmation that you're facing the right way, and at this moment, right here, is destined. If you're feeling unprepared or think, who am I to do that? This card is guiding you to step up and leap, and consider perhaps that your soul has been training for this moment right here for lifetimes. The prayer says, I call forth the soul gifts and soul trainings that I've received through all of my lifetimes. I'm ready to embody them all now without hesitation or fear. I fully commit to being here now. I'm ready to step into my soul's highest and most potent calling. I've been training for this for lifetimes. Yeah, this is a coming into self. Again, she's kind of passing through this doorway. It's like an initiation. It's definitely crossing some sort of threshold. But on the other side, I feel like you're very well equipped, very well prepared. It's what you need. Beautiful, beautiful reading. All right, Cancer, I think I'm going to end it here, but if you want a personal reading, I'll leave my information and my link to my website for booking below, and definitely subscribe if you aren't already. I'll be back soon with more readings. All right, take care.